everyone, and welcome to the award-winning Connecting with Kim show here on Tampa Bay Arts and Education Network. We are so happy that you joined us today. I'm your host, Kim Droege. Every week, I try to bring you information that will help you live your best life in our corner of paradise. And I want you to go and follow my Instagram account, my Facebook page, and my X account for the latest information on the show, my guests, and my on-air wardrobe that comes from the Spring Boutique located at the corner of Swan and Henderson here in Tampa. And we'll have more information about that later because something really exciting is happening. So anyway, we are so excited to bring you another great episode, and I'm really, really excited about the person in the chair this morning. I like all my guests, but this one is extra special because we have with us today Glenda Maiden, who is the Director of Programming and Production here at Tampa Bay Arts and Education Network. And we're going to learn all about her and what she does for this great network that we all work for. Glenda, welcome to Connecting with Kim.
Thank you, Kim. It's such an honor to be here. I am so happy to be your guest.
So you know how the drill goes, right? We start the show the same way. We give our guests an opportunity to share their life journey as much as they feel comfortable with. And that kind of brings us to all the things we're going to talk about today. And there is so much to talk about here at TBAE. So, and what we do, all the great things that we do. So you take it away and share what you want about what brings us here.
To TBAE?
Well, your life journey.
Oh, my life journey. Well, my family is from the little island of Trinidad. So it's the country's Trinidad and Tobago. It's twin islands. I grew up in a little village in Marabella is what it's called, in the south of Trinidad. And we migrated to America, where I was actually born in Rhode Island, and we lived there for about 5 years. We came to Florida on vacation, fell in love with the weather, and it was similar to Trinidad weather, and we never
thought about going back, right?
Never. We love it. We love it down here. Florida's home. Went to Lake Hill High School. I graduated locally here, right here in Tampa. My mom used to work for the VA hospital. That's how we ended up in Tampa in the first place. My junior year in high school, my mom got me into the Mayor Sandy Freeman's summer youth program. And so they were companies were giving jobs. The city was helping them have lower income kids experience, the business world in their organizations and schools. And so I got the honor of being at USF, the Department of Epidemiology and Biostatistics.
Oh, I'm impressed that you can even say that title.
I had to answer the phone. Epidemiology and Biostatistics.
You got it perfect.
Yeah, but that was my first glimpse at the professional world, and I've always progressed from there.
You said that is for me. That's what I'm going to be working in the professional world, right?
Yes, exactly, because I don't know where I would have been without that program.
So what happened after that?
So then I went to college, and I decided I didn't really know what to do. It took me a while because I actually graduated from high school a year earlier. I had just turned 17 when I graduated from high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I took a year. Well, I tried to go to college, took a year off. Went back, and I really enjoyed design, so I got into commercial art and video productions at Tampa Technical Institute is where I graduated from. And so I did the trade school, not college route instead. And it's paid off because I'm in the career that I really love.
I know you are. And so so how did you arrive at Tampa Bay Arts and Education Network?
I was working for URS Corporation, which was I was in a creative department team, and I did web design there, and then I eventually transitioned to the videography team because I really loved that side of it, where web is always constantly changing, and I just fell in love with being able to do with video production. There's such a variety of things that you can do as far as editing, being behind the camera, going on location shoots, and I said that's what I want to do, and I ended up not wanting to do kind of corporate stuff, and I found this ad in the paper. I actually skipped over the job for 1 year because the pay rate wasn't, because being a nonprofit, it's not the same as corporate.
No, it's not.
Yes, so I skipped it over for 1 year. I passed on it, and then the next year I interviewed again with Lucy Griggs, who was my boss, and she's phenomenal, and I had a 2-year plan, and then I met Scott here.
Now you got a life-term plan.
Yes, exactly.
Well, you know, I think this is, I mean, first of all, in your journey so far, you've hit upon many, many things that are still important today, which is not everyone is destined for college. There is importance in trade, and some people might not think of what you do as being something that you would learn in a trade school, but you can, and you do. I'm not saying you can't learn about it in college too, because lots of universities have radio, TV, and film, you know, programs and majors and things like that. But and the other thing is that, you know, you found something you really love. And I have taken you from behind the camera, where you normally are with me when we do the show, and put you in front of the camera. But that's good, because I love the idea that the folks out there will gain more information about what we do here at TBAE and how we put it all together. And as the director of programming and production, that's you.
Yes.
So tell me about, what do you find? We have so many things. We have do so much great programming here. So tell me where you want to start talking about the programming.
That's one of my favorite things about working at TBAE, is because we're so diverse in what we do. We focus on arts and culture and education. And so we have a variety of programming from your show. Taking it from a radio show to a TV show was a great experience for me, and I have to thank you for the opportunity for being able to help you with that, you know.
Well, I'm so grateful to you guys. I mean, I mean, when you guys asked me, I was just like, what? And then I thought, well, it's a door that's opening, and I'm going to step through. Okay, so we have my kind of show. What else do we do here?
And then we also we partner with a lot of nonprofits like the Florida Aquarium and Museum of Science and Industry, Tampa Bay STEM Network, also the school district, the schools. So we get to work with kids there and then see all the technology that they're learning. So that's very fulfilling. We also do Evening Tide Talks at the Florida Aquarium, which is a free event they do for about half the year. And it's free to all the public to go and learn about the ecosystems and the kind of programs that they're working on.
Well, I've been to it, so it's a fantastic program. It's a really interesting. It's always an interesting evening, and even though it's very intimate. So you even though it's a presentation, you have a lot of interaction with the guests. I think it's a fantastic program at the Florida Aquarium. I think more people should take advantage of it.
Right, and then we also partner with the NAACP, where we're telling stories of the people who helped build the Tampa community from the Black community's perspectives, and that's just so important, because we just found out one of our guests from season 2, Annie Mae Gilchrist, she just passed away. I'm just so glad that we were able to capture her story on film.
Right, because we'll have it forever now,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
I think that the partnership you have with the NAACP here in Hillsborough is so important, because not only do you do the Through My Eyes, which I think is a really great programming here, but you also do their annual Freedom Fund dinner, which is their gala, their major fundraising event for the year. They pack 800 plus people into a room at a local hotel. We won't say which one, but and anybody goes. And I think tell people what you do for that event, because it's so important.
Yeah, so we capture it. We take a whole 3-camera set. We also provide all of the graphics for the event on screen, and also on their marketing materials for that event. We broadcast it. We just broadcasted that recently on our channels here, and then we also pump it out on our watch.tbae net. That's our web progressive app that we have, and all of our original programming can be found there.
Yes, and I want to mention that, because watch.tbae.net is where you can go to find all the programming that Tampa Bay Arts and Education Network produces, including Connecting with Kim and all the other great programming. So yeah, that partnership I think is very important, and it's a true partnership. You help them, they help you. It's just great for the community. Let's have people understand what you do for the school board, because it's very important, and I don't think people really understand how much effort goes into that.
Yeah, because we're behind the scenes.
You're behind the scenes, but what the service you provide is very important.
Yes, so we also provide the streaming and broadcasting of all of their school board meetings, their workshops, workshops. We also do their math homework hotline program that's in the 32nd season, I believe. Scott, I might be wrong on that, but it's in the 30s.
We won't worry about those stats right now.
So, which is longer than The Simpsons, basically. So that's really proud because that started with us. We actually started that program, and then the school district has taken it on and has continued it. And it's a great program for the middle school kids that's needs help in math. So that's another thing I'm proud of. And then we also, with the STEM program, we also do the STEM Awards every year, which is another like 2 months of my life and Jessica's life. We get together and we really make those kids feel like they're rock stars on the screen there.
Oh, and that's so special for them, right? Because that's at a very tender age too in their life cycle, I think.
Yes.
Well, that's wonderful. And Jessica Sturgis is our Director of Development and Marketing here at. Did I get that right? Business development? If I don't have the card right in front of me,
that's right.
I just think of you as the development marketing person. She's here at TBAE, and we'll hope to have her on also for you to talk to. I've had her on my radio show in the past, but not on the video. So let's talk about what else goes on in programming.
As far as programming, so we're a small team here.
Yep.
So we also have an internship program.
Yes.
And our interns help a lot, and they get hands-on experience, real-world experience. Whatever they produce here and help us with, they can have on their reels and on their resumes, their portfolios, so that they have actual examples of what it is to be in this kind of environment in video production. And they can take this into any career that they're going to, whether it's marketing, whether it's anchoring. We even have one of our past interns, he's a drone operator. He has his own company now, but our success rate with our interns going into the field and staying in their field is very, very high. We have Jessica Barone, who was with us for, I want to say, like 3 years. She's now a reporter in El Paso, Texas. We have Roland Wilson, who's a reporter here at ABC 8. I just got a call from one of my other interns, former interns, Marissa Rena, and she's just got hired. I'm announcing this before she is.
Well, maybe not, depending on when the show airs, right?
Yes. But she's going to be with Fox Business Network on the Kudlow show.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yes.
Well, I can attest that you hire really good interns.
And we have one behind the scenes here who's awesome.
We do, Alexis. And you hire really good interns. They come from a variety of situations. They're a variety of different personalities and nationalities and talents. And they're always they're always extremely helpful. And it is true that they do go on, if they don't stay here, they do go on to other networks and other companies and whatnot, and have a very rewarding career. And I know that what they learned here at Tampa Bay Arts and Education Network really helped. And
I do have to say about the internship program, it was really Jessica Sturgis, our business and development director here.
See, it's
Sorry,
not just
I said
me.
it wrong, Jessica. Her being an intern herself, it really was a passion of hers for us to streamline that and make it what it is today. So I have to give kudos to her for that.
If you're just joining me now and connecting with Kim, my guest in the chair is Glenda Maiden, who is the Director of Programming and Production here at TBAE, or as we say, Tampa Bay Arts and Education Network. We're so happy to have her in the chair. And I think I ought to also take this moment, because I forgot it at the top of the show. See, even after doing this so many times, you can catch the audio of our show on Sun Radio, 96.3 FM, and on your favorite streaming platform, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3:30. So we are not only on cable television, but we are on radio too. So let's get back and talk about, you also do off-site. You also do some off-site programming.
For Tampa Tiger Bay Club.
Well, yeah.
Which you are on the board of that.
Yeah, I am. But, and that's how I, first met you all, is because you were.
And thank you to them. They've been great partners to us.
They have been. You filmed the monthly luncheon meetings for Tampa Tiger Bay, which are up on your network also. And you also do their Lifetime Achievement Award event, which is once a year, their major fundraiser where we honor two folks on the Republican side and on the Democratic side for their lifetime achievements in their respective parties. Yeah, you do. You guys, I mean, I don't know what we do without you, because so many people, you know, they say, well, I can't make the meeting, and we're like, well, you can go to TBAE and watch it and enjoy it fully.
Yes, and we keep the archive on there, so any past shows are up there for you guys to watch. And your show as well is on the archive as well. So.
Right. You can just go to watch.t. I tell everyone. A lot of people, you know, they text me and they go, well, I have cable, or I don't do this, or I don't do that. Well, how can I watch your show? And I tell them all the different ways you can watch the show, and any show that's on TBAE. So tell me, what goes on? So now we're filming a show, but that's not the end of what happens.
Oh, no.
There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on after that.
Right. So that usually when we film something, then it goes back to the editing team. And then that we have to, you know, make sure everything, the open and the credit sequence and everybody who's involved gets credited for it. And so that's a process, and getting that ready for the web and then also for air for the cable system. And yeah, it's filming. Okay, like this show is it doesn't take, because they're switching it back there. But most other shows, when we're going on location, takes longer because of that in editing. So we like this show because it's easy to edit.
I'm easy peasy, right?
Yes.
We film for about 27 minutes. But what I want people to understand is we're sitting here in the studio. There's lots of people, you know, that you're not seeing. There's people in front of me that are in the room with us, in the studio with us. There's people in the control room, and there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And then once the cameras stop rolling, that's not the end of putting the Connecting with Kim show up. There's a lot of work that has to happen behind the scenes after that to get this ready for broadcast.
Exactly.
And we have a wonderful team here at TBAE who does that.
And I do have to say, Scott, our executive director, I met him here when he's on his 26th year of being at TBAE, and I'm on November will be my 16th year. So.
Wow. Well, and you know, I think that's a tribute also, that people come and they stay because they love what they do. Even when there's bad days and there's challenges and things don't go right, we all have that, but you have to love what you do.
Yes, and that's the one thing I really enjoy about this job is I feel like it attracts people who are passionate about our community. I feel like I'm helping and preserving that and attributing to that. So I just feel like this is my dream job, so I'm happy to be here and to be helping.
And Hillsborough County just published online, I happen to post it on my personal page, but I will also post it on the Connecting with Kim Facebook page, a study that they completed about the contribution of the arts, programming and whatnot in Hillsborough County. And the numbers, I think I'm going to need my glasses to bring this up, but the numbers are substantial. I mean, they're in the multi-millions dollars of what is contributed by arts programming. Well, you know, nonprofit arts and culture organizations spend an estimated $150 million supporting at least 2,400 jobs in Hillsborough County. Well, event-related spending by arts and culture audiences totaled $235 million in 2022 throughout Hillsborough County. That's a big number. And you know, in 2022, the nonprofit arts and cultural sector itself guaranteed $388 million in economic activity in Hillsborough County. And, you know, just to prove the economic impact, in 2022, Hillsborough County produced more than $11 million in tax revenue generated by nonprofit arts and cultural sector. So overall, these stats show us that it's a lot of impact and money that is generated in our local economy from, you know, arts programming and people who are participating in the arts.
Yes, and it's great to see those numbers, because being in arts and education, I feel like we're the ones that are always being cut first. And it's nice to see those numbers being high and us being supported. I feel like I do have to give a shout outs to former Commissioner Victor Christ, who was able to help us get back into the budget. Also, former Commissioner Kimberly Overman and former Councilman Joe Citro. They have been very instrumental in helping us keep funding and keep us going.
Well, and you know, I'm glad you gave them those shout outs, because the arts, we all know that we need the basic necessities of life, and we have experienced such tremendous growth in our county and in the Bay Area in recent years. And so we have, you know, maybe infrastructure problems or challenges. We have other things we need to focus on. But you know what? Arts is important to the, you know, overall enjoyment of your life, right? It's not just the basic necessities. You got to have more. You have to aspire to more. And I know nonprofits fight for the funding, because we should review that. Our funding comes from many sources. Now, I know this is not your bailiwick, but I know because in the overall structure here at TBAE, but you can talk about it. We get funding from the county. We get funding from the state.
And the city.
And the city. And we also get grants.
We get grants, and then we do fundraising ourselves.
Exactly.
Which is hard.
It's
very
hard.
Yeah.
Fundraising is hard.
Being in nonprofit world is hard, because for me especially, I was in a corporate world, but that's really what attracted me to being here, because of the content and the kind of things that we get to produce. But yeah, the constant struggle for funding is always there. But it's really great. I feel like there's a shift going on, and we're getting the support now. And I'm so happy for everybody who's out there, all the commissioners and the councilmen, Representative Valdez, and Senator Dal Roussan, who's helping us.
Yes, and we must work with those people and help them understand. One way is to have them in here, and so that they can see what we do and the scope of what we're able to achieve. And the second thing is to go and apply and fight for those dollars, which are available to be distributed to NPOs, not just us, but every NPO. But we must also make. And this is another thing, they're reporting on this report that was issued by Hillsborough County is also focusing on the extremely thriving art scene that is developing now in Hillsborough County.
And then Tampa's hot right now.
And Tampa's hot,
Yeah.
right? And the art scene.
But we always knew that,
we
us
always
being
knew
here.
that. Well, it's hot in so many ways, folks. So we only have a couple of minutes left, so I want to make sure that we cover anything additional that you would like to share with our watching and listening audience about your job here or about the network.
I want to say I just love working with the people that I have on our team here, with Jessica, my husband Scott, Taylor, and Brianna, and then also Kim and Mario, who's been great additions and great hosts to our shows here. So I'm fortunate to be here in this seat.
Oh, well, that's so nice. So, so before we go, I'm just gonna, what's your most favorite thing you've done since you've been at TBAE?
Oh my goodness. What is my most favorite thing?
She didn't know I was going to ask her that, folks, because I never prepare any questions in advance. I just sit here and watch and listen, and I try to put myself in your position out there and think, what would I want to know from that person?
Well, for me, when I get behind my computer and I'm editing, and I really want to do justice to my subject, and I'm proud to be able to memorialize those stories. And I think that's my favorite part of it. It's just capturing. You know, with me and my photographs, I love capturing the moment. I've been like that since I was a kid. So this is another way of doing that on a higher level, and I'm just proud that I can use my talent to be able to do that.
Well, I can tell you folks that she does take it very seriously. You do a great job. I've appreciated so much everything that I've learned from you since I came here about a little over a year ago, and all the other folks here at TBAE. So thank you for being my guest today on Connecting with Kim.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Kim.
It's my pleasure. So that's about all we have time for today on Connecting with Kim, but I just want to take a moment to thank my sponsor, the Spring of Tampa Bay. They are an organization since 1977 that provides safe spaces and empowering services for survivors of domestic violence and their children. And they do an absolutely fabulous job. And since 1977, every decade has brought a major change and contribution in what they do. And next year, 2024 will be no different. They have announced, and I think I can talk about it publicly now, they've announced that they're going to have a new location. They're going to consolidate some of their locations and their services into a brand new location. They've acquired the land, the building. They're going to start renovating. So the Spring Boutique, which is where I get my clothes for the show, located at Swan and Henderson, is going to be closing down, and it's going to be reopening in the brand new facility in 2024. And the thrift store on Willow will experience the same transformation. So the transformation that's going to take place next year is going to be substantial, and we'll talk more about it. And I think it's probably a good idea to have Mindy Murphy, who's the CEO of the Spring of Tampa Bay, back here in the studio to talk about this brand new transition that they're going to make in the services that they provide. So thank you for joining us today on Connecting with Kim. Again, you can catch the audio of our show on Sun Radio, 96.3 FM, and on your favorite streaming platform. And I hope that you will follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and the X account, so you can find out all the latest information about our show. And I hope you'll come back next week for another edition of Connecting with Kim. So long.